and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, man. All right? And how is he stretching out his hand? How is he calling? He's calling through his prophets, man. All right? Through the brothers out here pushing this word out. All right? But the Most High's not going to come down and tell you to your face what's going on, man. All right? That's not going to happen. That's what a lot of these dumb people, they think is going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. All right? Then where would faith come in? Okay? He's going to put men on the earth, sanctified men on the earth to push his word out, man. All right? Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof, man. All right, but you people didn't want the reproof of the Most High, man. You wanted the reproof. You didn't want the reproof at all, man. All right. You wanted to keep doing the wickedness that you're doing, man, and not get called out on it, not get told about yourself. Okay. But the Most High put out His hand to you, right? It's like when you put out your hand to somebody, right, and they look at your hand and they despise your hand. They don't want to shake your hand, right? But then you own a club and they're trying to get into that same club. Are you gonna let that person in? You're not gonna let that person in because they just disrespected you not too long ago, right? So it's the same thing with the Most High, man. He's not gonna let you into that club of the ones who are protected, man. All right, because when He put out His hand, you didn't regard it, man. You despised it, man. All right, it's gonna go into that actually. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. All right. So when that destruction comes, when they see that World War III is ready to pop off, when they make that chip mandatory, that's when these people are going to try and get right. All right? Even these other Israelite groups, man. Because the men of the Lord out there pushing this truth, man. All right? Which is start with who? The men of GMS and like-minded brothers, man. All right? Because if you ain't teaching that the mark of the beast is the microchip, you're not a man of the Lord, man. All right? So once we push that out there, they don't get that like IUIC, right? They're all about looks, man. They're all about looks, okay? But once they get that, right? Once they see the chip is mandatory, that's when they're gonna start to come, man. That's when they're gonna start to inquire. Now, what were you guys talking about? But it's gonna be too late, all right? And that's why we're out here pushing this now, okay? For the people to get it, okay? Let me continue with that. Let me say that again. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, all right? So the Most High is gonna laugh at your calamities, man. Why? Because He sent the prophets out here to tell you what's gonna happen, man. To tell you the truth, all right? To explain to you what the future is gonna be, man, and how you are supposed to be acting in this society. Talking about you Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? Continue with that. When your fear cometh as desolation, when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, right? You're going to be saying, Lord, Lord, help me, right? You might even know the name because you've been watching one of the brothers' videos, all right? But the Most High is not going to deal with you, man, all right? You other Israelite groups who ain't pushing the truth, the 100% truth, the Most High is not dealing with you either, man, all right? He's gonna make sure that in that day, when you call upon Him, He's gonna ignore you, man, all right? When your kids are starving, He's gonna ignore you, man, all right? There's a scripture that says what? I shall also forget your children. That's what the Most High is going to do, man. All right? They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, right? Which means that you turn away from the truth, man. All right? You shrugging your shoulder at the truth. All right? So that's the turning away of the simple. That's gonna basically slay you. That's going to be a reason to get put to death. All right. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. All right. So certain people, they have riches, right? They might have certain things going on in the world. They might have a good job. They might have a couple businesses. But that's the prosperity of fools, man. All right. Because guess what, man? Those FRN notes, they're gonna basically be worth nothing, man. Shortly, man. All right. They're trying to destroy. First of all, it's not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold or silver. Okay. Which is true value, right? Gold and silver, cattle and land, that's true riches, man. That's true value, right? These people don't own anything, man. Even with their own, even if you have a house, right? You'll be paying that for your whole life, man. And your children will continue to pay that, man. All right? Because it's what? It's called a mortgage, man, a debt note, right? And that's how the society is set up, man. Right? The society is set up for you to not ever really own anything. But even those who do have enough money to, let's say, get something, right? That money, those FRN notes, those Federal Reserve notes, they're going to be worth nothing soon, okay? Because they're nothing but fiat money, man, which means faith-based money. Because they're only worth something because people believe it's worth something, right? It's not backed by anything. It has no real value, okay? Back in the day, $20 would be like what $1,650 is now, all right? Because the money is devalued. People think that the groceries and stuff are getting higher, man. They think that things are going up in price. And like we always say, things are not going up in price. The money's going down in value. All right? And that's why it says what? The prosperity of fools. Right? Because they think that this money means something. They think this money is really something that's gonna last, man. This money's about to be worth nothing. Where you can't go to the store and buy a loaf of bread for $5, right? You're gonna have to bring them something tangible, man. Okay? And that's where it's gonna end up, man. Because first and foremost, these elites want the dollar to be crashed, right? They want the dollar to be no more, so they can implement what? That cryptocurrency. And with that cryptocurrency comes what? The microchip, which is what? The mark of the beast, man. That is the ultimate plan out here, man. Right? And that's why it says what? For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of the fools shall destroy them. All right. But whosoever hearken unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil, man. All right, because that evil is gonna come, and that money's not gonna save you in time of evil, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Proverbs 11 verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. All right? So that's the same thing I was reading there, right? It said the prosperity of fools, right? Because they might have, some sort of money. They might have their bank account might be all right, but when that dollar crashes, their bank account they're gonna just be like a bum on the street, all right? Because that dollar is gonna crash. That's 100%. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. Because it's not backed by anything, man. It doesn't have any real value, man. It's fiat money, man. This system is a debt-based system, okay? And that's the system of these Edomites, man, right? It's built upon debt. It's not true. There's no true value in the money because they want the people to be constantly in that hamster wheel, constantly trying to keep up, man. All right? That's why certain people, if they miss a paycheck, they might get kicked out of their house, man. Okay? Because the mass majority of the people are living what? Paycheck to paycheck. All right? Let me read that again. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. All right? So that's what it said. The Most High said what? That he will keep them who fear him from evil, man. All right? So that's what's really going to protect you in that day, man. You could have all the money in the world, and it's not going to protect you when anarchy is in the streets, man. You're going to be a target, okay? That's a fact, all right? All these Edomites, these so-called white people that might be living in some houses, they're going to be first targets, man, all right? they're going to be the first fucking targets. All right? Because riches are not going to profit in that day, man. But if the Most High is with you, if the Most High is dealing with you, then you have a protection. All right? Evil's not going to touch you. And brothers have testimonies. We know what's going on. We know the true name. All right? That's going to deliver us. That's why brothers is out here doing this, man. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't something that we fully believed in, man. All right? That we could actually envision. All right? Because this is the only thing that makes sense, man. Looking back in the world, looking back when I was younger, speaking for myself, right? I could see when I was 12, I can see that this world was nothing but darkness, man. Looking up the Illuminati, the Masons. I was looking that up, 13 years ago, man. Before anyone was talking about the Illuminati, I was looking that up, man. All right? And I can see that this world is nothing but darkness, man. The rulers are wicked. And it's like, yo, it feels like it felt like there was no hope. All right? So that's why you get high, you try to party all day, you try to forget about the world, man. You try to forget about reality, man. All right? But when you come into the truth, you realize that there is hope, man. There's hope for the Israelites, man. All right? For the elect of Israel. All right? So this is the best thing that ever happened to any of us brothers, man. Right? To wake up to this truth and understand, man. Okay? Because like I said, riches profiteth not in the day of wrath, man. Okay, when the anarchy's on the street, all that money that you had is just gonna make you a target. Okay, and these so-called white people are gonna be the main people who are gonna get run down, man. All right, in the street, guaranteed. All nations are gonna be going against the so-called white man in that day, man. All right, because those are the main people who have the money in the society. Okay, let me continue with let me get